Welcome to GB School of Neuro Rehab and Aquatic Therapy, a specialty center for neuro rehabilitation of stroke, brain, and spinal cord injuries. Neuro rehab can be complicated in acute stroke rehabilitation due to hypotonia and poor trunk control and lower limb control. This is a case of hypotonia and poor trunk control in upper limb and lower limb, leading to poor proximal stability of the trunk and shoulder girdle. Initiation of movement requires optimal muscle tone. Hypotonia makes it difficult to facilitate and improve the control in the upper limb and lower limb in acute phase. So how to improve control in acute stroke case with poor motor control and flaccidity without causing pain? Our mission is making neuro rehab simple for the therapist as well as patient. So in this case study, we are going to discuss very simple technique for facilitation of upper limb control in hemiplegics. Key features of treatment which are used in case are: 1. Minimal passive handling, focus on most of active movement, bilateral active assisted movement, work in vertical positions such as sitting or standing, work on one joint at a time, start in the mid range of the shoulder and progress from short range to the large range of movement. Try to reduce the friction and reduce the action of gravity. You don't require a lot of expensive equipment. You can have a table, skate, roller, pedi wrap and bottle. Common problem in hemiplegic shoulder are scapular retraction, adduction, excessive shoulder interrotation and poor forward flexion and protraction. We can start with bilateral limb movement of forward flexion with protraction using the roller. Excessive force from the unaffected side causes asymmetrical movement. To prevent this asymmetrical movement, therapist can resist the forward flexion bilaterally. This bilateral resistance helps into irradiation of the pattern of movement from the right side of the limb to the left side. After this bilateral movement, you can start with the unilateral movement. Patient is asked to push the arm forward and try to hit the target. He is not supposed to use his trunk and use more of his shoulder girdle for the protraction. If this movement is difficult for the patient, you can add a bottle below the forearm. Due to its dynamic nature, it helps in forward rolling of the movement and it improves the skill of forward protraction of the movement. After this, you can start unilateral adduction and abduction of the shoulder. In the beginning, the patient is asked to move for a short range of movement. As he gets more control, you can start increasing the range of the movement by increasing the distance between the two targets. As you start getting shoulder control in the patient, start shifting from shoulder control training to the elbow control training. While you are training the elbow, do not open the full range of movement of the open chain. Limit your movement only to the elbow joint by giving proximal stability to the arm. To fix the arm, you can use therapist assistance or you can use a mechanical device such as I have used a bottle here to limit the movement only to the elbow and give proximal stability to the arm. Once you get this control, you can use facilitation from the arm to the forearm. Adduction of the arm will assist in elbow flexion and abduction of the arm will assist in elbow extension. This short range facilitation will help in improving elbow flexion and extension control. Initially start with the short range of movement and gradually increase the range of the movement. Combined movement of the shoulder and elbow helps in improving the upper limb control. As the patient will learn the movement, afterwards he will require minimal or no support from the therapist while doing elbow flexion and extension movement. To train the movement without the help of the therapist, you can add an extra skate or roller below the forearm or elbow. This will allow the patient to do independent movement without the help of the therapist. As the patient will get control, slowly he can increase the range of movement, and you can give him a target and tell him to hit the target. As you can see that after few days of practice, patient will be able to do the movement without the help of the therapist or any extra skill. Once he gets a good control in sitting, you can start doing the forward flexion movement with the roller in standing. This is the end of the video. If you like our case discussion, please subscribe to this channel and like our videos. Thank you.